Welcome to Purposeful Living with Cynthia Van Warmer, where we slow down long enough to see what's really happening and take our power back without losing our grace. Hi, welcome back. So glad that you could be here. So in this bonus episode, I'm going to be sharing something I think is special that was only originally for an MLM that I was asked to speak for. But that's not me. That's not me. I have to share. I have to share it with you all right now. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you are a leader running a team and think that this would be impactful for you, please reach out to me. I am more than willing to help out in any way I can. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to hear me talk, basically. Thank you, Carol, Jennifer, Sharon, for giving me this opportunity to share. I always open up my presentations, my one-on-one calls, my group coaching sessions with a powerful question. And it's one of my favorite reflection questions. And it's, what are you most proud of yourself for this week? Okay, the reason why I usually ask a reflection question is because it's the why, right? We all have whys. We all have a purpose, a mission in life. And sometimes with everyday life, we kind of lose track of that reflection and being proud of ourselves for what we have done and what we have yet to do, right? The next thing after reflection, I just have to say that progress and growth starts here, right? It starts from the inside and then the out follows. Most people think growth is the actions we take, when in reality, it starts here. It's our why, our purpose. Who do we want to become? So on that note, I want to just give you a little bit of background. Okay, so I am a master certified life and performance coach. So a coach, I see your highest potential. But then again, I refuse to buy into the lenses or the different stories or perspectives that you tell yourselves. Because I know that each and every one of you are capable of great things. So like I said in the beginning, everybody has a why and a purpose. Everyone has a superpower, right? It could be leadership. It could be compassion. It could be just wanting to help people, right? Which I think my superpower is, I want to help as many people as I can. I want to impact and change people's lives if they so choose. I said yes to coaching, just a little bit of background. I said yes to coaching 3 years ago while my husband was diagnosed with 2 forms of B-cell lymphoma. And I said yes because I believed I have more. There was more for me, right? There was so much more purpose, more peace, more confidence, more alignment in my life. And what I discovered is I was capable. I was worthy. You are capable. You are worthy. But first comes the awareness of our own identity, to do a little bit of that soul searching, if you will. Tonight, I want to talk about 2 different challenges that we all deal with in everyday life. The first one is technical, right? Technical challenges are, I made a post. Nobody commented. Nobody liked it. Those are technical challenges, right? The next one is what I call adaptive challenges. Adaptive challenges are the way that we think or perceive or make it mean. Okay, for example, I put a post out and nobody liked it. I could look at it as, oh, I'm just not doing it right. Maybe I need to tweak the post. Maybe I'm not saying something right. I don't know how to do this post. I don't know what to talk about. What content do I talk about today? Or I could look at it as they saw it, but they just didn't comment. Where I don't make it mean anything about me. Right? Because we can't control what other people think, how they act, and how they speak. But what we can control is how we think, how we act, and how we speak. Right? Those are choices. We have so many different choices in life. Right? The adaptive part is like our inner beliefs, our identities, our identity shifts, our old stories. And how can we rewrite them to benefit us at a higher level? So old stories are, like the way we think, the way we think about ourselves, the way we think about others. The fear, the doubt, the inconsistency. Those are adaptive challenges. Technical challenges, we all know we could just Google it. Or for set agents and our leaders, we can just take the content and copy and paste it, right? Those are the technical challenges. The adaptive ones are the ones that keep us stuck, keep our brain spinning and spinning and spinning without a plan, right? And I mentioned the why and purpose in the beginning of the call because that's super important. It's like, why? Why did I become a sentence distributor? Why? What was the purpose? What was my purpose? Was it to help people feel beautiful on the outside? Make them feel beautiful in the inside? Because all of us do that every single day, right? But our brain wants to keep us safe. So these things will pop up in our head all the time. I'm not doing this right. I'm not worthy. I'm not capable. I don't have enough time in the day to do all things. Right? When in fact, we can shift it, show up as the best version of ourselves, love ourselves because that comes first. We have to love ourselves before we can love and help so many other people. And I believe everybody in this room right now who's live and the people who are going to listen to this recording, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And to be stuck and suffering and just spiraling because the brain says these negative things, it's not right. It's not right, right? What we focus on grows. Can we agree? Right? There's not enough time in the day. We focus on that. The brain keeps giving us evidence that it's true. Those things aren't true. They're not true, right? So if we focus on, there's not enough time in the day, but I'm going to do X, Y, and Z because that's important in the moment, and then the rest will wait, right? That's why we have schedules. That's why we have leaders and spouses and everybody to keep us accountable, right? And sometimes I'm an overthinker, so I hold myself up here as far as expectations and accountability and all of those. But at the end of the day, I'm doing my best. I'm showing up. I'm being consistent. And that's what matters because that's what everybody sees. They see my compassion. They see my empathy. They see all of these things, my energy, right? It's contagious. Or we can stay stuck over here, right? And be miserable. Like, I'm not happy. What can I do? We try different things. That didn't work. We keep trying and we try and we try. When in reality, it's all about the way we think about it, the way we perceive it. So when we're thinking these things, it's blocking us from moving forward. This is why me as coaches, we're stuck. We're stuck. We're not broken. We're not broken. We just need somebody to help us become aware of what's really, really deep down inside holding us back from reaching what we want to reach, getting what we want to get, succeeding to a higher level. Who has ever had the best intentions and then life got in the way? Show of hands. Every day, right? Every single day we have the best intentions and then something comes up. I call those whirlwinds, the whirlwinds of life. And as they're super, super important, like we got to eat, we got to take care of our family, we have to feed them, X, Y, and Z. Sometimes it's like illness. They're whirlwinds of life that stop us from our goals. But if we find a different way to look at all the things that are coming at us all at once, because, it doesn't happen one time during the day and then it's all nice and then you'll have something else. No, it's like, bam, you have like 10 different things like all at once that we're trying to deal with, right? That is a process that I take a lot of my clients through, is the overwhelm of everyday life. And like I said before, what we focus on grows. So the process that I'm going to get through by the end of this call is the way we think. I like to call it managing my mind. And why do I say that? I say that because what my brain tells me sometimes, I don't want to hear. Now I say, no, that is not how I want to think about this. That's not how I want to show up. And you need to be quiet. Yeah, I actually tell my brain to be quiet. I want to get it into a little bit more deeper on what we tell ourselves. I call them labels, how we put labels on ourselves. For example, I'm weak. I'm inconsistent. I'm not enough. I'm not confident. And I'm not worthy. And there's a whole list of other things that our brain, or outside circumstances, right? I had my husband, when I first started the Senegence business, a year or two down in the road, he's like, you're not good at the business. You're not making any money. And that really hit hard. And I replayed that over and over and over in my head to where I believed it. And did it hurt him? No. Did it hurt me? Yes. Did it hurt my business? Yes, absolutely. Until I became aware and said, no, I am worthy. I am good at business. And business is not all about making money. Okay? It's not about making money. I love the Senegence business. I love my coaching business. And if I didn't make a penny, I would still love it. Because that's who I am. I'm helping people. That's the purpose. That's the why. And that's what drives us to be motivated, to have the energy to show up the way we really want. Like I said, I realized I was living small. It hurt. It was a really, really dark place. But you know what? The brain told me it was easier that way. It was easier. I didn't have to do the posts. I didn't have to do, what content am I going to write next week? I didn't have to get on and do a live demo on LipSense. I didn't have to do any of that. It was easier. But when I realized that that's not what I wanted, things changed. It shifted. I got on there and I did the lives and I got excited, right? And it didn't matter how many sales I had because I was doing it first for me first, and then my customers. But I was helping people. If I didn't help 500 people, I would have been, oh my God, I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money. And then a shift happened where if I could help one person, then I made a difference. And that was enough for me. So the things we tell ourselves, I call them labels. We already said that. How do we reframe that? Well, we decide to do something different to get something different, point blank. And it starts with, I am capable. And you can fill in the blank. I am relentless. I am powerful. I am made to do hard things. I am worthy. I am a leader. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel when you say that to yourself? And pick any one of them. Pick what resonates with you the most. I am going to do great things. I am. How does that make you feel? Which side would you choose? I am this. I am a super powerful leader, or on the other side, I'm not enough. I'm not worth it. I know which one I'm going to choose. And I've been choosing it for 3.5 years because I said, no, I'm done. I am done living small. I am done letting the outside world put labels on me. I'm done, right? And when I was done, when I said that out loud and verbalized, I am done, no more, it was like the weight just lifted off me. We can do whatever we want because we have the power. We are powerful women. We're leaders, and it's time to take the power back, but it starts with you. I'd like you to close your eyes for a second. Think about you. We're thinking about you right now. 5 years from now, confident, grounded, consistent, successful, deeply aligned. What I am statement does your brain tell you? What does your heart say? 5 years from now, when you have it all and it's all aligned and everything's working, I am blank. Now, if I had asked you that question prior to the good labels, there would have been a whole different answer, right? Because we just tapped into your heart and not what the brain was telling you. I love these. Love these. They're powerful. You already have it here. It's already here inside you. You just got to tap into it. And then you got to run with it. And don't let anybody stop you. Don't let people say, oh, no, you should do, no, you should, blah, blah, blah. You're your own person. Each and every one of us are unique in our own way. That's why I opened up the call with, what is your superpower? We all know that we're leaders or we wouldn't be here, but we all have an individual superpower. We all tell each other how great we're doing. You did great. Congratulations, right? But we have to believe it. Can we agree? We as humans have to believe it. It's part of our identity. If we don't believe it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people say. We have to take the control back. We have to take the power back because we are all good. We're good. We're good humans and we all have each other to lean on, right? All right. So I want to take a moment and go over a little bit about transformation. Now, there is so much more in-depth things that we could go over if we had more time. There's a process. There's a process to thinking something different. So it makes us feel something different. So we're taking more actions because we feel that way. And then to get the result, like what we're creating from showing up that way. But transformation happens in 3 steps. The first thing is to become aware. The second thing, to think something different on purpose. I call it intentional, thinking with intention. One of my superpowers is intentional listening, meeting people where they're at. And last but not least is the support to stay aligned, whether that be your upline, someone else, a coach. Some people have therapists who support them and help them through things. And last but not least, I'm adding this one because it's super important, if you so choose, because you have the power. You have the power to do something different. If something's working for you, that's awesome. If it needs to be tweaked, then we tweak it. We adjust. We pivot. You are capable. You are amazing. You're resourceful. You are all caring, compassionate people, and you don't have to do it alone.